Hi everyone, and welcome back to Newfoundland Gardener. I know we're not doing much gardening now, but it's always on our mind. It's January and we don't have a lot of snow, but we're not in the time or the season for snow. I guess we're in the season, but we usually get our snow in February and March, so it will be coming. In the meantime, I just come on to give you a little update on that jalapeno plant that I brought in from Doreen's garden that was left out in the cone. I brought him in too late, but he's surviving and he loves the warmth of the basement. And I got 4 jalapenos of him I cut a couple of days ago, and there's still a few more on, and I'll bring you in for a closer look. The lights are bright, so I turned them down. I turned them off there. The lights just come from Amazon. It's just 3 lights on a movable swivel, I guess you want to call it that. I planted some onions as well. Oh. And stocked some onions in the stores. Man, it's like everything has gone ridiculous. So when I want some onions for some garnish, I just come down and cut stuff from these fellows. This is the little onions that I grew in the garden, and I had them dried and in the crisper of the fridge. I just come down and shoved them in this pot. I think I grew summer savory in this pot last summer on the bridge. So every time I go to plant something back in the pot, I just give it a little boost of blood and bone meal. And now the thing about this fellow, when I brought him in from outside, I brought trouble. And I'm having aphids on this guy, the same as Doreen had lots of trouble with aphids in her greenhouse. And I'm having aphid trouble as well. What I found is that they like the new growth. When it passes the flower, it seems like they're not around. But when you're at the flowering stage, I took the biggest jalapenos of this guy a couple of days ago. And now he's decided the plant as that he's going to burst out and flower again. And in the flowering process, he got one little flower open down here in the bottom. I don't know. Should be able to see that little white flower. So for me, there's no flies. So I'm the pollinator with this little guy. So when the flower opens up, I just brush the inside of the flower and get the pollen on the brushes. But I keeps my eyes open on the new growth for the insects. And Doreen had a lot of trouble with aphids in her greenhouse, and believe it or not, there's lots of new growth since I pulled the jalapenos off in a couple 3 or 4 days ago that he's really burst out. I'm going to try to bring you close and let you have a look. See if I don't want to make you sick. So since he's really burst out into new growth for new flowers, and there's a little flower right there as well. Where's that flower to? Let me see if I can find the flower and let you see. Not easy to find when I can't see the screen. Oh, there he is, Mr. Flower. There you go. Now I'm gonna back up a little wee bit. Where's your two, boy? Anyway, all I do is just touching. Let me see. Should be able to pollinating. Now I know you can't see it from the camera, but for me, I can see the little pieces of pollen falling, and once the pollen falls, the flower shrivels up, and then you get a jalapeno. So I got a little jalapeno right there. Whoop, there he is. And I got a little jalapeno right here. There we go. I got a jalapeno right there. Oh, where's my stick to? I got one right here. And coming up on this side of the plant, I think I cut them off. So anyway, since I cut, I got another little jalapeno coming down here. So there's 4 or 5 more back onto them. And I've been watching, I'm always watching for the aphids. And yeah, there's an aphid there though. So pick them off, squish them with your fingers. It is, I just changed the stove out, so boy, it is hot in this basement. So I threw in some onions because, like I said, the price of onions, you just can't keep up with everything, the price of everything. So I threw them in for, I threw them in a week ago, I guess. And I got one of my multipliers by the look of it because he's bursting out. And I got some crumb on top. So what I'm going to do with them is just harvest some stretch directly for eating now. So when instead of going to the store and buying a pack of onions, I'm just going to come down and harvest these when I want to do it. So seed buying time. I guess anyone that's getting into onions, it'll soon be time to set them. For us, I'd say, well, this is the 11th January, but by the 20th, you need to put your onion seeds in. So anyone going into it, I was going to try to get a pack of Wawas come from somebody that I'm looking at online, whether it be Vessi or whether it be the seed company or EW Gaze or someone. I'll find a pack of onion seeds. So I was going to try to go from seed. I don't know if I could ever get it to work once I goes away. The wife is not very garden friendly, so she never knows that much about it. She's busy in her own little world, so I leave her alone. So that's what I'm at. I'm still collecting my eggshells to put on the top for a mulch or for a cover, and I don't have much growing, but I'm still got some little bit of greenery here in the basement that I can come and pick at. So if you're at something here under lights too, and I'd like to see what you're doing. Some people even got winterized greenhouses, so that would be great to see if you pop some of that on the site. And I noticed that we're getting expanded down south of the border, so for sure you guys are growing something down there. And if you are and you'd like to share, we'd love to see what you're at down around in your climate. So from Bob and the Newfoundland Gardener, it's great to be back. It's just a video to keep the site alive during the long dull days of winter. And from Bob and the Newfoundland Gardener, it's great to come back and pop up a video just to say Happy New Year, and we're into 2023. So I'm going to be sending for my seeds and trying something different. So a question, and you can answer in the comments, is what is your future plan on growing that you've never tried? What's something you never tried in 2023 and you plans on trying it? What plant? Or like these little guys, parsley. I grow this guy grows wonderful around here. It was actually fresh parsley when you're making meatballs. It's just out of this world. So I grew this one too. He looks sort of like people think when he comes in the garden that is beet, but it's not beet. It's Swiss chard, and I grew this one, and he grew wonderful in the garden as well. Basil, I think I put in Doreen's greenhouse, and I'm almost sure I did, and I think I left it over there. So anyway, sometimes life gets you a bit crazy sometimes. So if you're doing some things like this down in your little everything room, if you take a look around, this is my everything room. So yeah, the bulbs keeps everything good and healthy, and this fellow's getting ready to bloom out another big lot of flowers, and when he gets them done, I'll pollinate them and get myself some more jalapenos. From Bob and the Newfoundland Garden, and remember, if we plant our garden will grow. Have a good one. Keep growing on the rock. Bye.